Today could be the day. The day that drastically impacts the projection of this account. And we're hoping it's only good stuff. As you know, it's 2x voids. Let's see what I pulled. All right, so the excitement's killing me, and I can't wait till after work to pull these shards. So that means I'm just gonna go in right now and record the previous part of this video and the post part of this video afterwards. We got 12 shards. Clan boss hasn't hit yet. I'm not sure when that does. Oh, it just did. Hopefully we can get something extra here. That'd be pretty nice for the account. Give me one extra shot. Doesn't look like we're gonna get anything. That's all right. That's all right. Nope. We just care about voids right now. That's all we want. Okay. No dice. That's all right. That's okay. We still have another shot tomorrow and the day after that. Okay, we got 12 shards and a dream. All right, we still have some rares that we need. And yeah, let's just do this. We're just epics. We want as much epics and legendaries as we can get. Let's see what happens. Come on now. Come on now. I think we're pretty close to epic mercy, so I think we should hit one kind of automatically. All right, here we go. What do we got? A Suai first one. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a decreased defense and a 50% increase attack and crit damage on this buff on this champion if it kills. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a decreased attack, and attacks one enemy before attacking, has a 100% chance of placing a weaken. She sucks. There's no way she's good. Yeah. I mean, we'll use her in Faction Wars. She'll probably have better multipliers. Easier to keep alive. Okay, more dwarfs. Is he any good? 3 hitter AoE. I mean, he seems like he could be good in the Faction Wars, but that's not why. That's not what's going on. Oh, epic. Ooh, this is a big one. A Kempdome. This could help us really kill out our spider problem. Attacks all enemies. Each hit has a 60% chance of increasing the duration of any hex debuffs. And if any champions are not under a hex, it has a 60%, 75% chance of placing one. And then the A1 puts poisons on. And then the passive has an 80% chance of inflicting damage from one poison debuff to enemies under a hex whenever their allies receive. So you can kind of pile it up. So that's going to be a good one. Yeah, Spider, she's huge. Actually, she could be just great in Clan Boss if we could somehow keep her alive. Alright, come on. Give me like a legendary. Okay, Huntress, no thank you. Okay, another one. Ooh, Andrissia. I think she's pretty cool. Okay, at the start of each turn, places an ally protection buff for 2 turns on the champion, or on the ally with the lowest max HP, and will not be this champion. Also places a strengthen and an increased defense on this champion for 2 turns. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy debuff or enemy buffs for 2 turns. Increases the duration of all increased defense, damage based on defense. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. If the target does not have any active buffs, has a 75% chance of placing a stun. Okay, cool. And then attacks one enemy and has a 70% chance of placing decreased crit damage. I think she's pretty good. She's kind of like a crappy mini Necrat, if I recall. Yeah, she's gonna be awesome. I'm excited to build that. We got a lot of high elves, though. Not sure that's on need, but what it is, what it is. Give me that cold heart. Ooh, Paragon. All right. I'm sure we can use him for something. I'm not sure what that something is, but we'll use him. All right, come on. Cold heart. Bellower. We're allergic to those guys, I guess. I just don't know what it is. We get all of these other ones, but yet none of the ones we want. Come on, cold heart. It's like my second Doom Screech. Faction Guardians it is. Okay, come on. Just one more after this. Okay, another epic. Oh, nice. This is huge for Hydra. Nice. Okay, whenever an enemy attempts to place a debuff on this champion, has a 20% chance to reflect it. Removes one debuff from all allies and places increased accuracy on them for 2 turns. Attacks all enemies. If 3 or fewer enemies are alive, has a 75% chance of placing block buffs on them for 2 turns. If 4 or more enemies are alive, has 75% chance of placing block debuffs for 3 turns. And we needed that AoE block buff, so this is huge. And then attacks one enemy, has 70% chance of transferring 1 random debuff from this champion to the target. Also heals the ally. Yeah, absolute Hydra beast for us. Yeah, he's gonna be a stud. That's a big pull. Okay, 1 shard and dream. Come on, minimum cold heart or something. Oh, another epic. We freaking. Oh, come on now, Broadmaw. You guys know what she does. Okay, that is not the way we wanted to end that, but that was a good session. We had a ton, absolute ton of epics. Okay, and so I think Undead Horde's got an extra guy. Oh, we already had one. Well, anyway, I will give the rest of my thoughts after work, what I pulled. Okay, so I would say that was a pretty solid summon session. We got like 4, 5 epics. Let's look. Recording this part a little bit later. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 out of 12. That's pretty good rates. Pretty good rates. Specifically, I'm pretty hyped about these 2. So I've actually gone and given them some gear about how I think I'm going to build them. So Astrax, I put in a Provoke set. I think that's going to be where he's going to be the most impactful because he's going to be a Hydra champion. So I have an AoE, so then we have a chance of provoking and putting a block debuffs up. And then the A1, a little bit of a heal, going to be great. So I'm trying him in a provoke and a perception. He's already got 200 accuracy, so I'm hoping I can get just a bit more out of him. So that'd be great. I camped him, kind of same thing. I think he's going to be good in Hydra and Spider. So we are just throwing him in a perception set and then a pinpoint set. Also, we were able to kind of squeeze in there for a little extra speed. And his speed's low, but we don't even have this up to anything. So let's get that jumped up here. Yeah, just hex spread, buff spread, poison, and then when an enemy takes a poison, anybody with a hex also takes one. So absolutely going to be huge for the account. This is actually what might be able to push us into Spider mode hard, or Spider 25 at least. We'll have to see. Okay, Andrissia. I think she's going to help us in Arena, specifically Live Arena, just try to keep our nuker alive. So I put some gear on her also. So I have her in a bolster set and then a singleton Feral, just because it was a pretty solid piece. Nothing crazy, but then the accuracy one piece was pretty valuable because she does need a bit of accuracy if you want to land the decreased crit damage and then the stun. So we need a little bit of accuracy, so we're just going to try to pick at what we can get. Although she's probably good in resistance, so the resistance rolls probably aren't too bad there. And then I just found a 6-star speed boot that had a little bit of accuracy and then a good amount of HP that just kind of helped the bolster set. But Yeah, so I think those champs are actually already in good builds. Honestly, Sawai, she'll get some gear thrown on her. She'll level up passively, but we're not going to actively go through her. And the rares, I don't know. There wasn't anything super impactful in retrospect. I mean, Paragon can be useful, but I think we're past the point where we're going to really need him. So again, just going to be faction wars for the time being, try to keep some champs alive. Otherwise, what have we been doing? Well, we actually started doing a little bit more champ training just because we now know that how many 6 stars we're going to need. We're going to need a lot. Then what do I got here? Artifact enhancement. I'll probably burn into this a little bit, not a whole lot, just passively gearing champions up. And then we've just been kind of grinding out our champ training for the, what do you call it, the card flipping thing. Going a little bit into the tag team arena, but we've really been just kind of hounding the Minotaur, which, as boring as that is kind of a necessity. But I think these champs are going to be big. I think these champs are going to be super, super impactful. Just adding to our roster, adding depth, and realistically, we're finding a use for everybody. It's just earlier in the game, we're having to find champions that are specialists. You know what I mean? Like Astrox and a Kemptum, where in your early game, what you're really looking for is just champs that are generally useful, and we're already having to go into that niche category. Oh, we got a 5th one, though, which is a Broadmaw. Might get built, honestly. Might get built. We'll have to see. But that's just going to be low on the totem pole. Okay. Faction Wars. It's kind of our focus right now because that's what's stalling us. Yeah, we're not too far here. Who do I have built up? So really, once we get Ayla going, and honestly, probably a second Diana, because we have 2 Dianas. We can get a second one built. This faction crypt is probably solved. But having two of these guys isn't bad, but we probably want to level her up. She definitely has some Sand Devil viability, but we just have too many champions now. We're overloaded with champs to build. Because actually, I do genuinely want to build out this Ashwalker. He's not the best build of all time, but he's built well enough that he's kind of made some progress into our faction crypts. So I want to get him some mastery so we can make a little progress in that. And I think he's a cool champion. He looks cool, and his kit is way cool. Resets his Devastator attack, and then Devastator is attacks an enemy, and then stuns, and then decreases turn meter if it's critical. That's pretty good. And if it kills somebody here on the A1, it resets that, and then an AoE with weaken. Super, super cool champ. So we got, well, he's leveled, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then kind of 7. I mean, we got 7 champs that were like right on the dock of that. It's like, if I could 6-star right now, I would. Not to mention some of these banner lords that are like kind of average, but like just good enough that I'll probably level them up anyway. So we might just be stuck champ training for like the next month. So that kind of stinks. Let's see if our clan boss is reset. It should have had. I accidentally put a key in Nightmare. So Divine. What's this top chest over here? Is Divine better than those? Grandmaster? Probably. It's hard to tell because I was able to get this pretty comfortably. So I'm kind of wondering if I go 2 chests Ultra Nightmare for this Divine. If I get a Void, then it's worth it, right? I mean, that seems like a little bit better loot. I don't know. I just don't know what our shard odds are out of that. Alright. But we might be able to just peek into that Ultra Nightmare and just start picking away at that. Ooh, Epic Book will be big. I don't even know how many of those we have right now. So, alright. So it's kind of Same old. Now we're just on the grind. We got to level up a bunch of champions. We do have 2 voids that we might be able to snag this weekend yet. The first is our daily rewards. We're going to get 1 at reset, so that one we're getting for sure. And then this one, I didn't get home till later, so I couldn't, but I'm pretty close to 1800 and 1800. There's a void in live arena also. So yeah, those are some pretty impactful areas that we can maybe keep just dumping into clan boss. Otherwise that's just kind of it. We're burning through multi battles, making champs, leveling them up, doing all that sort of stuff. One thing I'll say that is actually super clutch, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this on here, but in this live arena, getting this 1 battle like win and getting 20 multi battles is absolutely huge. I don't want to say it's completely changed the game of the account, but it's like pretty. I've noticed the impact of that like immediately, how much that has been helpful to the account. It's no joke. Even 1 little set of multi battles every day, it's 15, 10, 20 extra fights, whatever we get, is going to help impact. So hopefully your guys' shard pulls went as well as mine did. I don't think mine was like super game breaking, but I don't think I can ask for much better rates than what I got. I got almost 50% epics. That's going to be huge. Faction crypts are getting a huge improvement today. Hydra's getting a huge improvement, and then additionally we get to not empower, but to put some. We started getting some faction guardians going in some crypts with void champions too. That's going to be very impactful for us. So comment down below how your shard pulls went. Were they as good as mine? Is there something I'm sleeping on? Like, is Solai maybe better than I think? Is Andrissia maybe worse than what I think? Or maybe I need to move her to the top of the list. I'd love to know what your guys' thoughts are or experience with her is, because I don't have any. She just seems anecdotally like very cool champion. That's gonna be the whole video, folks. I will see you next Tuesday. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you on the other side.